Hey folks, Vortex here. Welcome to my review of the Tangzu Fudu, the verse 1, I think is the correct pronunciation. And yet, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending me this sample to try, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, no thoughts, opinions are my own. And yeah, hopefully this is another winner from the Tangzu, because they've done some decent models. And this is a hybrid, so it should be 2 balanced armatures and one 10mm dynamic drive per side. And as of right now, I have not tried this at all, so I don't know if it's what it's like. So yeah, let's get into it. So let's see what you get. Box is a bit bigger than I expected. So Divinus. So I'm not sure what that is, unless it's kind of some sort of collab. So specs. So yeah, 10mm, 2 BAs, 106 decibel sensitivity. Channel difference under 1%, so I'm curious what that's like. 16 ohm impedance, obviously 20 Hz, 20 kHz. Silver plated cable, 1.25 meter length, so that's pretty long really. And 0.78 2 pin. The verse 1, so that's what these are like. There's some kind of image, like not on say 3D printed image, but obviously an image of the earphones. And let's see if I can get these out. Got it. Nailed it. So that's what you get. So tips, the IMs themselves, case and a cable. Let's just go left to right. This is quite a bit. Look at them. Quite a. I've never seen them before. So that's quite a. And these are quite wide bore, so yeah, quite curious of that. Let's get these out. The Divinus, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. Obviously you can see just inside. Reminds me a little bit of soft ears. So you like truth ear, you can see the DD there. Don't know where the BA is. Can't really see. Got them there. Case and cable. Okay, so this looks more like a lady's purse, but let's have a look. Yeah, nothing in there. And that's the cable. Looks familiar somehow. I've seen it. I think I've seen it somewhere else, but yeah. I have no idea what these are like. So, as usual, spend some time with it. And yeah, see you in the next clip. Yeah, so welcome to my review section of the Tangzu Fudu verse 1. This is quite a name. So obviously this is what it looks like. This version comes with a 4.4. I think you can spec it with a 3.5. But anyway, this is the 4.4 cable. And yes, it seems fine. I don't know the core count from memory, but it's not too bad. There's a chin slider, which is fairly effective, if that matters to you. And that's what it looks like, obviously, on there. It's fine. Obviously, it's coloured as well. Obviously, because I'm an idiot, I've got them backwards. But I did use them. I have used these properly, so just bear that in mind. Obviously, that's the left. Obviously, this cable is for the right. Again, I have used this with the correct one. I graphed it not long before the video. And yeah, so build quality seems fine. I do like this kind of semi-transparent look. I don't think it's too bad. But yeah, it's a bit basic, but I don't mind that. Obviously, there's this Divinus brand. I'm not sure what that is, unless it's some sort of kind of collaboration model. And yeah, it's not too bad. So comfort on these, I thought was actually fine. These are actually quite small, so I didn't have any issues. They didn't really feel that kind of secure, excuse me, but they actually, comfort-wise, was actually fine. So, because this has got BA in it and a DD, what's the timbre like? The timbre like is actually okay. It does sometimes sound a bit unnatural. It's probably the best way to describe it with the balanced armature, but on the whole, it's actually okay. So yeah, and I'll throw in here insurance separation again, because there's a BA. It does a little bit better job than the DD. I presume the DDs just do more of the low spectrum and the armature more does the high. armatures to the high. That's my guess. And yet it's fine. It's not too bad at all. So power and sensitivity this set as well is again nothing out of the ordinary. It's what I call a traditional kind of hybrid model, and it's not too bad. Obviously you can see the brand in there, and that's it. So yeah, so soundstage and imaging. I was quite happy with both, to be honest. It wasn't amazing, but it seems fine. Seems fine at all. So sound, because obviously that's what you're here for. Put the graph on now. Now, as you can see, my pair has a little bit of a mismatch, but I didn't have any issues with it really. Well, listening to it, I didn't know that until I graphed it. So anyway, low end, these definitely have plenty of bass from what I could tell, as you can see. As I typically I like electronic music. I tried this with some melodic techno before this, and these actually sound pretty good. They got the decay, they got a good hit to it. As you can see, it's got plenty of bass. Sub bass rolls off a touch, but again, it's because it's elevated anyway. It's perfectly fine, but for what I like, it's actually not too bad at all. And yeah, not much to say really. So mid range it's probably, I wouldn't say the same muddy, but it probably bleeds a touch too much for most folks. And then obviously you can see the mid range shoots up. So for vocals, for female vocals, I thought this sounded fine. It's a little bit scooped, but it's not too bad. Realistically, you want less bleed from the bass, but apart from that, it's fine. It's definitely on the bassier side though, so just bear that in mind. And yeah, upper mid-range forward, but it's a fairly good balance, to be honest, and I was quite happy with it really. And the mid-range does sound pretty clear, again, apart from, slight muddiness probably, but I was fine with it for electronic. I like that, but that's my preference. So treble, now there's a little bit of a mismatch. Again, I didn't notice this in use, but the one thing I don't really like, and it depends if you do notice it, is that 4K peak. Now in some of your music you may notice that, sometimes you might not. You can always EQ that down as well. I guess it's something to do with the BAs, that's my guess, but that's the only real negative part of the treble. Apart from that, it's actually not too bad at all. You can see it extends well enough over 10k instead of dropping off like a cliff. Again, I presume that's the BAs doing that work. Normally like a DD would fall off a cliff by 10, but this doesn't. So yeah, it has pretty good separation. Obviously, the instrument separation is pretty good. Obviously, like I said before, the timbre is off a little bit, but it's not too bad. But it is a detailed set. I'm glad there's no more treble, because it probably could find it fatiguing. Now that 4K, again, you may notice that sometimes. And I've also tried this in gaming, so I tried it briefly with a new release, which is Damer 1994 Sandcastle, which is a third-person shooter. Basically, it's like Resident Evil kind of game. And to be honest, it was a great experience. The audio in the game, the engine or whatever they used, it sounds pretty good. And then joined with these, it sounds good. I enjoyed my experience with that game with these. I haven't tried with anything else, so bear that in mind. But anyway, so conclusion is, what do I think of these? Now I think these are $80 or close to that. I think they're not worth that. If this is closer to like $50-$60, that's where it should be. I think 80 is probably a little bit too much. And that 4K peak is a bit much, but apart from that, I think they're a solid set. Overall, I do recommend them. Obviously, you can always EQ the 4K down, but they are a detailed set. Again, I like electronic, and the low end on this suits that quite well. And the treble is fine. It's just there's quite a bit of it. I do like the extension as well. On the whole, they're quite a good set. So, but yet to nitpick, they could be a little bit cheaper, and you got that 4K peak, and maybe that timbre a little bit in the background. But apart from that, I think these are a solid set. They just should be, I think, a little bit cheaper. And that's pretty much it really for anything particular. Do let me know in the comments as per usual. here's just another quick look before I end the video. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, thanks for watching, take care, and yeah, keep the eyes peeled, because I've got plenty more stuff to view. I've got a hybrid, which should be the next video, and I've got a planar model, an IEM planar, and a budget set, but I'm not sure when that's out. So yeah, see you in the next video.